Greetings. We want to welcome you to the Perry Stone YouTube channel. I appreciate our subscribers and friends for taking the time to watch this brief mini message. I want to tell you a story. I've called this Jobs Available dash Some Don't Want to Work. And I have witnessed something the past couple of weeks that I need to tell you about. I was in a store here in Cleveland and met a man from Athens, Tennessee. And he was saying to me, he said, you know, I am responsible for the city of Athens in our city, helping to ensure that people who want jobs can find the jobs and sort of hooking them up with the places and or the factory or the company that needs the work. He said, we are having a horrible time getting anyone to work. And he began to tell me, he said, you go to one shop, help wanted, nobody's coming in asking for the job. Next shop, help wanted, nobody's coming in. And some of the people who own businesses are needing to work not 8 hours, but way beyond the normal 8 hours, especially if they stay open at night until like 9 or 10 o'clock. They're needing to work the entire day because they just can't get help from people who have any desire to be hired. We were going to the Ramp in Hamilton, Alabama, the Ramp School of Ministry for my daughter's graduation. And we stopped by Huntsville. And the family I was with, the Ellis family, I said, let's just go to one of the fast food places and get something quick. We stopped at one, all indoor dining closed. We stopped at the next one, all indoor dining closed. We could find nothing in the area. And I said, well, this must be a COVID thing, but I thought that maybe there's COVID restrictions. Found out it wasn't that. We finally went to a KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. And when I went inside, there were only two people working. There was a gentleman, God bless him. He was in the back cooking, for the store, and one lady at the cash register. And I looked around and said, "Where's everybody at?" She said, "They don't come to work. Nobody works." And I said, "Why are so many of the fast food chains here in Huntsville just not having indoor?" And she says, "In reality, you can choose whether or not you want to do indoor or want to still do drive-through, but many of them do not have the help needed to open up on the inside and have a drive-through at the same time." And I said, "Are you kidding me?" She said, "Oh, no." And this was her exact statement. Nobody wants to work, especially the younger generation. You just can't get them hired. In Tennessee, there is a McDonald's that is giving kids $50 just to come by for an interview if they're interested at working. You gotta pay people to come in for an interview. When did that start? Why wasn't that going on when I was a kid? And then in Montana, I was reading this morning that they're having difficulty with the stores opening. Remember, they were closed for COVID, but with the stores opening, they're having huge difficulty getting their workers back in the stores, getting people to come in to take the jobs. And so the governor said she believed that one of the problems was there is a $300 bonus coming in from the government. And I don't know if that's monthly or weekly. I didn't catch that. But she's going to stop that from coming in. And if people will go back to work and work for 4 weeks and sign a paper, I'm going to go back to work, they're going to give them, the state is giving them a $1,200 bonus because they can't get people to work. Now, I always knew that there were people in the United States who didn't want to work. And basically, they live off of government assistance. Some people need to do that. So don't take me wrong with what I'm saying. Some people were very grateful that they can help people who are unable to work. But there are other times I'm just saying to myself, man, people are just gotten lazy. What has happened? That there's all Cleveland, Tennessee, all these jobs available. Nobody's coming in for a job interview. So I did a little bit of research to try to figure this out. 56% recent survey of owners of businesses are trying to hire people back. 40% of them cannot get anyone to respond, even in many places, their former employees. Number two, many women have dropped out of the workforce because of COVID and their kids not being able to go to public school, requiring them to stay home. Instead of hiring a babysitter, which would take a lot of the income they would make anyway, they've just dropped out and are stay-at-home moms at this moment. Some of them have had to homeschool their children. So they had to make that choice of either hiring a babysitter, which they're not always faithful, to be honest with you, if you've ever had to do that, hiring someone for an entire week or whatever. The other situation that we're encountering is, for example, there was a huge call center in Alabama that shut down, and there were 500 jobs in the town lost, 400 to 500 is what I've been told. And they were closed because of the pandemic, because people were no longer working in the places of business. They were all at home, and they were letting their workers at home take the calls instead of the call center. That's one of the situations that I was told that had happened there. Well, here's the four points I want to make to you. Number one, people want to continue to work at home. At least some people do. Now, I can only take so much of that, to be honest with you. But there are some people that have gotten so used to it, they want to continue to do it, and they don't want to go back into an actual building of some type. Number two, the shutdown has kept children at home, as I said earlier, causing mothers who would normally be available in the workplace to not be available, at least at this particular time. Number three, people have a government, now some people, just so you'll know, our ministry took no government assistance. When they offered that money, if you had workers, we did not take that. And my wife is the one that made that decision. We could have taken money, paid our workers with government money, but she said, you know what? God's helped us. We're not taking that. So our ministry didn't do that, just so that you'll know. We wanted to continue to trust the Lord, which He helped us through it. But people have a government income coming in at the present time, so it's not necessary for some of them to work, many of them, as a matter of fact. Number four, in many cities, COVID fears still exist in the workplace. And the fifth point I want to add here is people do not want a low-paying job. So these, what we call the hamburger places, the fast food places, sometimes come in on the minimum wage, and people are saying, why do I want to do that? I'm not going to work, the government will give me what averages out to $10 an hour. Why do I want to work for $8? So this is what part of the problem is. It's not the only problem. It's only a small portion of the problem. And so what I want to share with you is this. I'm grateful for people getting help. I really am, and I mean that. But what we're creating is a society, and it's socialism, that depends on the federal government of the United States to help them with their health care, to help them with, of course, Social Security, Medicare, and now with work, or money for work, or whatever the case may be. And so I believe what happens to people is if you are out of actual work for a long time and receiving help, your incentive and your motivation to go back to work, unless you really love what you're doing, is just reduced to the point that you just kind of stick with what it is. And the other point that we make is that all of the stock market has been running so hot right now with, this little alleged cryptocurrency that's even fake and don't exist. People invest in that, and people are making very quick money in stocks, and just trust me, that's not going to last. There's going to be a crash of that and a big correction coming. But they've made so much money that why would a kid who just invested in something, because they're doing it in mass, and he comes out with $2,500 in a day, he's saying, forget working. Why would I want to work at a job down here when I can do this? And so there's this misconception that they can continue to do that the rest of their life. Now, some people learn how to play the market, short it or long it or whatever the case is, and they live off of that. But those are guys that have been doing it for years that have lost a lot of money. So all of these factors are coming into play, and the government printing money. If you don't see I want you to watch the video I did on hyperinflation. Please watch that. It's very important you understand this, what could be coming. So I want to say to you, though, God blesses, according to the Torah, the works of your hands. And your creativity sometimes comes through your mind. It comes through your ability to speak. It comes through your ability to write. And other times it comes through your ability of working with your hands. So remember this, that God created you to be someone, to be motivated by something that inspires you in what is called work. Find out what that is and focus on it, even if you don't have a job at the present. Focus on what you want to do in life. Focus on what you would enjoy doing and move in that direction, because I enjoy going to work every day. I enjoy coming to VOA. I enjoy traveling and preaching. That's a call God gave me, but I love reading and writing and studying and making notes and messages. I love doing that. So you're not going to find me just, walking away and saying, I'd rather not do that. Somebody just pay me anyway, because that's what I'm motivated with. Find what motivates you. Do it and stick with it. And remember, there's a lot of jobs. Let me go this. There's a lot of jobs out there. So don't just be staying at home. Don't depend on other people to help you. do something and begin to work, because I'm telling you, it inspires you and it keeps that boredom of just staying at home from coming on you all the time. Hope this helped you in some way. Give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to keep watching. Please keep watching all the way to the end and look at the special advertisements that we bring. And if you've already seen it, of course, you can go from there. But thank you for your time, your prayers, and also the partners of our ministry for your generous support. Don't forget, all of our conferences that are coming up, go to perrystone.org, and you can get directions to our conferences, our Tuesday night Ramp Cleveland services every Tuesday night, our Thursday night World Prayer. Thank you so much.
Now available is Perry Stone's latest DVD series, The Antichrist, His Confederacy, and the World's Final Eighth Empire. This new 8-hour expanded and detailed DVD teaching will explain the empire that will seize the world in the future. This teaching will unlock the final mystery of the Antichrist. In this series, Perry will explain where the theory of the Antichrist originates in Scripture, what the prophets, Christ, and the apostles taught about the Antichrist, the early fathers' teachings about the Antichrist, the men in history who were candidates for the Antichrist, the major prophecies concerning the Antichrist kingdom and his 10 kings, the role Islam has in the future 8th kingdom. Discover the area the Antichrist comes from, where he rules, and what he will do. Learn details of the mark and image of the beast and global economic control. You will also discover numerous prophetic insights seldom known that are now revealed. This study will answer hundreds of your questions. It also includes word studies, amazing history, and combines Old and New Testament prophecies to give a clear understanding of this subject. These 4 DVDs, approximately 8 hours of teaching, has numerous pictures and charts. This DVD series is Manifest Offer AK139 and is available for a gift of just $65 or more. To order, visit perrystone.org or call toll-free 1-888-21-BREAD. That's 1-888-212-7323. You may also write to us and send a check or money order to Perry Stone Ministries, P.O. Box 3595, Cleveland, Tennessee 37320, and request offer number AK139. This offer is available on television for a limited time, so we look forward to hearing from you soon.